Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 91 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I'm just hanging out, having a little bit of fun. Don't mind me. I've been doing a little bit of work with bees off camera. As promised, I would try and keep as much of the actual bee work to a minimum on camera because I know a lot of you guys aren't terribly interested in seeing how bees function. So I'm going to do my best to keep that to a minimum. But I'm still going to be doing a little bit for those of you who do want to see it, so don't worry. I'm trying to make the best of both worlds, if you will. So I've worked my way up to majestic bees, and I'm currently hoping to get the next tier, the whatever it is that comes after majestic. And right now I'm working on piping stuff out of centrifuges. So let's jump into bat mode and see what we can come up with here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to break, but okay, cool. So I'm thinking back here is probably where I'm going to want to place like an interface or something. Maybe right there. And then what we can do is pipe using the impulse item ducts. 1, 2, 3. That should be cool. And then just run into the other room here and tap into some cabling and whatnot. This'll do. Cool. So now I should be able to just drop stuff in here like these things, and everything works out pretty well. Sweet. Filters and, or no, not filters. I want servos. Did I ever teach my thing how to make servos? I probably didn't. Why don't I go do that real quick? Because we're probably going to want a lot of those going forward. So I'm thinking resonant servos, just go for the best. And while we're at it, we should probably teach it how to make iron nuggets. I doubt it knows how to do that. Come on, blank pattern. Let's go. Cool. All right. So there we go. Now I should be able to request servos times 6, let's say, and it should have no problem doing that. Awesome. And of course it does know how to make already the Enderium, so we should be cool there. So we can just pop these guys 1, 2, 3, tell them to ignore, ignore, and ignore, and that should start pulling stuff out and dumping it into the little sub AE system that I've got going on here. Awesome. The other thing I was thinking about doing, so I've been dumping a bunch of bees in here. I threw a hopper in, probably going to be temporary just because it doesn't look too good. How am I for species? I've got water, common, and oh nice, I got 3 majestic species samples. That's cool. That means I can probably get my upgrade going on this thing. So we've got majestic drones, and we've got noble drones. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my automation engines on these two, because I don't need them to continue running at this time. We will put these in here, get ourselves a blank template. Genetic template, go, snag that. We will grab our species majestic, and we've got speed fast. Nice. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to combine these two here so that we get a majestic with fast. Awesome. And then we will get a rocky princess. Toss her in there. And that should get me what I want. technically I could have probably just upgraded this one directly, but we'll hang on to these guys for later, just in case I ever need them. So there I've got a Majestic Princess. We're going to combine that with a Noble Drone. And get ourselves our Imperial Queen. Awesome. And just for fun, I'm going to scan this guy and see if it got the fast traits for speed. Production speed, slower. We didn't look out. Oh well. We can apply a trait to her later. That should give me a faster output. But there we go. Put the automation engine back in, and this Imperial Queen should start producing a bunch of cool stuff for me. Hooray! So we've got one of the first steps towards getting our emerald bees. So I'm going to work a little bit more towards getting emeralds. Let's see here. We need to get lapis plus noble. Cool. And lapis comes from resilient and water. Cool. So I'm going to get to work on this, and we will be back in a minute just to figure out everything we need to do. Imperial plus robust. Cool. I've already got my Imperial set, so now I just have to get robust. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Now's a good time, I think, to work with the cell workbench. I don't think I've played with this thing much, but what I wouldn't mind doing is, let's see, view cell. I know I want to type a card, so let's see. I think it's the fuzzy one, right? Redstone inverter, fuzzy card. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to want. So let's get one of those. That should be perfect. So I think if I put in here in my view cell, princesses, drones, we'll get that. And I'm going to have another cell card here. That actually, I'm going to bring this cell workbench with me. So let's put this stuff away. You come with me, cell workbench, and we're going over to the genetics lab. Here's what I want to do. I want to have filtered out terminals. So if I put the view cell in here that only has nice, so we can see all our bees there. All the stuff's still in there, but we filtered it out to only show the bees. How cool is that? Now over here, what I'm thinking I would like is another ME terminal. And let's snag a cover. I should have one. Facade. Really? I thought I had one of these. Let's see. Cable facade. Yeah, laboratory block. I didn't have extra. Oh, you know what I did? I know what I did. Put them in here, didn't I? Yeah. Cool. Oh, that's the thermodynamics one. No wonder it's not working. Huh, dire derp. But if I put that here and I put this cable facade, getting hard to keep track of all these things. In here, what I wouldn't mind having is these things. You ready? Check this out. We'll put our view cell in here. We'll put our fuzzy card in there. And then we'll say these and these. Cool. And now we have our view cell that applies that. Nice. So here we've got all the gene samples, and here we've got all the bees. What I wouldn't mind also having is maybe, do I want a separate terminal for the beeswax and stuff, or no? Maybe. Maybe. We'll figure it out. For now, we'll just, for now we'll leave it. I wonder if I can invert cell. I think I can. So maybe I'll just show everything that's not a gene sample. So let's do that. Gene sample and this. We'll go modify that view cell. Put these guys in there. Inverter card. I want one of those. So advanced card and redstone torch. Away we go, back to the base, wherever it is. Cool. And redstone torch it. So if we do this, now this thing should only show us, nice, look at that, bees and bee products. I like it. Might have one that also just shows bees and just one for bee products, but for now, I think this is a pretty cool approach. I definitely like this. So remember, everything's still in there, we're just filtering the view, which I think is cool. All right, back to work on bees. So now we've started using bees that can produce things that don't necessarily go into the machines that we've already been looking at. So I'm going to get myself a dense item duct to pop back down to the bee lab and show you what the problem is and the solution. So the Imperial Queen here is producing royal jelly. Good stuff, useful for a lot of things. We're going to pop down here and see that it's not being automatically piped out because none of the centrifuges, which is the only thing that these pipes are connected to, accept royal jelly. So I'm going to put my dense item duct right here. And now royal jelly should be allowed to come in. Awesome. Sweet. There we go. So stuff's going to pop down there, and I think some bees are actually going down there too probably now because we might have had an overflow of drones. It looked like a bee went in there. We'll see. Imperial drones, maybe. Oh, maybe our princess got pulled out. That might not be good. So I might have to do a filter thing to prevent them, but we'll see. And also note that because I'm using dense pipes there, I have to change these now from being round robin to nearest first. But that'll be fine because we don't have that much backlogged, so I don't think round robin's really necessary. I think we'll just leave it nearest first, and then stuff will work its way down there. My common bee did come down here, but it's like the only one that's doing it is the common princess, which is weird. Anyway, back to work. And I'm a derp. I had actually removed the automation upgrade. That's why the princess kept getting pulled out of here. So that explains that. I just got myself diligent, so I'm going to let that one work for a little bit, and then we'll get her upgraded over to the lapis bee, I think. So the bee I just got by breeding together the diligent and rocky is called the tolerant queen, and it's because of her tolerance for things that she's a good queen to get because she's totally comfortable in temperatures one above or below the climate and humidity, and she runs at night, she runs during the day, she runs in caves, she basically will run almost anywhere. So I'm going to make sure to get a lot of these bees. So I'm going to put my automation upgrade back in here and make sure the tolerant bee runs for a while and get a lot of drones so I can get those traits because they'll be useful for us later on. Meanwhile, we'll be back. So guys, one of the downsides to this tolerant queen is she's only going to have one offspring, so we never get extra drones from her. That's definitely not a good thing to have. So what I'm going to do is imprint her with some different traits. I'm going to put fertility 4, and we'll go ahead and put lifespan shortest on there too, just to make sure she dies quickly. That's probably a good combination of traits to have on almost any bee that we want to do stuff with. So I go ahead and place that in there, so it'll keep the same species trait, but it'll make her so that A, she produces more offspring, and B, she dies quicker. So that should give us a very quick way to get lots of offspring from this bee or any other bee that we want to work with. Cool, right? So I can go ahead and put this guy back in here, and we should have a bee that has new traits. Let's take a look. Ta-da! 4 offspring, and yeah, that's cool. Lifespan, shortest. Nice. I like it. So let's go ahead and put her back upstairs, because I noticed as I was watching her, die off, that basically bad things were happening. She wasn't producing more drones. She already died once and no extra drones came out. So there you go. Important information to know. So important thing to note, if you modify the genetics of a queen, when she dies, the princess and drone may or may not have the exact same traits. What they'll probably do is have a mix of the different traits that they got. So it's probably a good idea once that drone has died off or the queen has dried off to go ahead and reapply your traits to just the, not the majestic one, I need this guy, lifespan shortest, fertility 4. You're probably going to, like I said, want to apply this to both the princess and the drone, just to get them both on the same page, basically. And you'll see now the princess has all the traits, both the active and inactive traits, with shortest lifespan and 4 offspring. And the same should be said for the drone. If we take a look at this guy, cool, shortest and 4, awesome. So I'll go put them back upstairs, right here. And now, what we want is one of those tolerant drones, which, you know what, just for good times, I'll combine these traits as well here, and we'll do it for a Rocky Princess as well. And then we're going to combine these bees into the next tier. So I'm going to continue working up on the mutations, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, we're almost there. However, I went and found a wintry queen, so I want to swap this out, put a winter emulation upgrade in there. These are found in snow biomes, by the way. What I wanted to get this for, you'll see in a minute. And the culmination of what I've been working towards, Emerald Queen. Nice. So we're going to modify her traits in a bit here, but for now we'll just take what we get out of the box, which is short lifespan, slowest production speed, and 1 fertility. Not bad. I can deal with that. I'm going to let her run through 1 cycle. Let's see where I'm going to put her. I'll take these guys out. I'll let him finish his run. Unless these guys, well, you know what? I'll let this guy finish his run. We've got enough diligent bees for a while. So we'll put the automation upgrade back in there. The wintry queen should be close to being dead, and the diligent queen, probably 1 more tick to go. And then we'll let the Emerald Queen run once, and then I'll show you why I got a wintry bee. So remember when I got a bunch of royal jelly before and I said it was useful? Well, here's what it's useful for. Specifically, we're looking to get production upgrades. So let's make some. These make the bees produce more stuff. Almost exactly like you would think, because it's called production upgrade. You can see there's a maximum installed of 8 allowed in any one beehive. So let's pop back over to the bee lab. I'm going to say we're going to want some servos here for a moment. No, I had a couple extra of those, but we can just go ahead and craft one. Are they in here by chance? Oh no, I still have them in my inventory. Cool. So I've got the fluctuating item duct, the redstone energy conduits, the impulse item ducts here. What I should be able to do, I think I'm going to put it right here. So we'll have the fluctuating item duct there with an apiary. You can see I made a few more of these. So this line back here is where I'm going to be like doing a lot of the automation of getting lots of drones, because some of these bees we want lots of drones of so we can steal their traits. The front line here is going to be where I'm going to be doing stuff like trying to get a lot of the regularly occurring stuff. So in particular, we're going to have automation upgrade, planes upgrades, and 8 production upgrades. So hopefully this will produce a lot of stuff. Now I should have gotten in here an emerald drone and an emerald princess. Awesome. I am very pleased to have these 2 creatures because we're going to get lots of emeralds from them. So there we go, 1 and 2. We can see that their production speed is currently slowest, and that's unfortunate. But we're going to deal with that pretty well. I'm going to take one of these wintry drones and mate it with, I believe, a forest princess. And this is going to get me not what I want. Is it a diligent princess that I have to mate it with? I think it is. I can get another diligent princess later. So we'll do diligent princess, and wintry drone will get me the white queen. Nice. We'll be back in a minute. Now a forest princess and a diligent drone will get me the blue queen. Cool. And we'll be back with that one in a minute. So I know you're probably saying, why did you bother with white and blue? Well, I got a light blue queen out of that. The reason I wanted the light blue queen is because the light blue queen has a very unique trait. It's not the only bee that has it, but it's definitely one of the very few. And it was the easiest one to get because I really didn't have to do a lot of breeding to get it. That trait is fastest production speed. So now we have a bee that has the fastest. So far, the only production speed we've had, let's see, was fast, I believe. Well, we've got slowest, fast, and slower. So if we get fastest production speed, that's how quickly the bee will make lots of good stuff for us. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the automation upgrade back in here with the light blue queen. Actually, no, I want the automation upgrade out. We'll see how long this... I'm going to actually apply the traits for the speed and lifespan shortest fertility 4 to this bee, because I want to make sure we get a lot of drones. The faster and quicker we get drones, the quicker we should be able to get access to that fastest trait. And once we have that, then our bee species will be able to produce lots of materials very quickly. And that's what we're going for here. And then once I've gotten that trait, so basically I'm going to let this bee die off, get a lot of drones from her, get that trait, and then we'll be back. All right, so now we've got the princess and drone here. We're going to let these guys start running in here with an automation upgrade, aka meaning that they will continuously produce more drones for me, which is what we want. We might have a few extra in the system, so I'm going to start trying to get the light blue drones here. If I get really lucky, one of these three... Oh, look, we're out of the blank things. Let's see, blank. Hopefully my quarry has gotten me more of these. Nice, we've got some redstone, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, if I get lucky, I might be able to strip out the traits, but we'll see what happens. So for now, we'll put these in here, put the blank ones in, and we'll put the tolerance back in because tolerance have good traits, remember? Let's see if we get lucky. Oh, that is amazing. I can't even believe that. I could not have done that in any better way. The first trait I got off of this bee was speed fastest. Awesome. So let's take our blank template and apply all the genes that we want for what's going to be our production bees. Okay, so one of the things we're definitely going to want is speed fastest. Nice. We're also going to want temperature tolerance. So far I've only got both 1. There is a temperature tolerance for both 2, but I haven't gotten that one yet, so maybe we can make another one later. Tolerant flyer means they can operate when it's raining. They don't care if it's raining or not. Ignores day and night. True. We definitely want that. That's a nice trait to have. And humidity tolerance 1. That sounds cool. Now if you hold shift and look at it, you can see all the traits that are available and which ones have been applied. So we're not affecting the species. We are making it so that it runs at night, so we don't need that light upgrade in there. Not that important, but, you know, saves me creating an upgrade. Don't care about flowers. Speed is fastest. Cave dwelling doesn't matter because they'll always be outside. Effect doesn't matter. Lifespan, territory. If I had a longest lifespan, that might be nice to put on there, but I'm not too worried about that, to be honest with you. It's not that important. These guys are already, their lifespan is short, but it just means they live longer before dying, and since we're automating it, it's not that important of a trait. And then territory, fertility, and flowering, I don't care that much about either. So we'll take this trait out of there. We'll put him away. And then this guy can go in. So ignore day night, speed fastest, humidity and temperature tolerance, and tolerant flyer. True. We will apply this to both of these emerald bees. And then we'll have bees that produce a lot of really good stuff, which is pretty awesome. You should be running. Oh, we're out of okay, cool. The genetics labware. Let's craft another 100 of those. They're just diamonds and glass, so easy enough to make. I was like, hey, why is that not running? Cool, so we've got our emerald princess here, and now we're getting our emerald drone, and then we should be in good shape. All right, so we shouldn't need the light upgrade. Remember, this front row is going to be the bees that are actually producing stuff that we want to use. So let's go ahead and throw our Emerald Princess and Emerald Drone in there. Planes, automation, and 8 production upgrades. Should be pretty awesome. Now, the one thing I'm going to do is disable this so that it's not currently running, because I want to see what happens the first time it ticks, and nice, we already produced our first emerald comb. That is awesome. What I want to compare, if you notice, you'll see that the bee has about a 4% chance to produce an emerald comb. It's a good thing we did because it's their specialty, which means we're getting the specialty, which is good, and a 20% chance to create the rocky comb. I'm hoping that because we have a bee that is fastest production worker and we've got the 8 production upgrades, that it means we'll always get an emerald comb every time the bee produces something. And we just found out that we don't, so that's unfortunate. But we should get a lot of them nonetheless. So I'll come back in a minute once this bee has produced a bunch of combs, and we'll see like what percentage we're getting. All right, so not a bad amount of emeralds coming in here. We might wind up getting a few more bees operating, but for now, we'll just set this guy to ignored and start getting the combs out of there. Sweet. So we'll let this run for a bit. All right, guys, we're back, and I'm just making a couple tweaks here. Nothing too crazy. A couple whatchamacallit's, honeycombs managed to make their way into my AE system, so I wanted to prevent that from happening. So that should be easy to do. We should be able to just say this. Do we have any honeycombs at the moment in process? What probably happened was all 3 machines happen to be full at the moment, so yeah. So I'm just going to snag these honeycombs. We're going to say you are on the blacklist, so you're not allowed to go in there. Cool. That way, if all machines happen to be full, I don't think I can like throw stuff in here that wouldn't fit, can I? No. Okay, that's all right. Let's go check. It's only been a couple minutes, but I want to go check in and see how things are operating. How many emerald pieces have I got? Nice, we've already got 10. That is cool. Ta-da! Our first emerald, courtesy of Emerald Bees. Now what I'll do is let this bee continue to operate. She's doing a great job. We've already had 1 lifespan go by. Sweet. And we didn't get any drones from her. That's probably a problem. I should have probably added fertility. So I think she's fertility level 1. Maybe I'll imprint fertility on her in a moment here. Do have another fertility 4. I'm going to put that on there by itself. You know what I could do? I'll put it on this guy. I said we didn't need fertility, but I lied. I changed my mind. So now we have 6 chromosomes, one of them being fertility. So I'm going to remove the automation upgrade so that next time this bee dies, we will get the ability to modify the princess and drone, and then we'll be in good shape. I can make it so that we get more drones from her. Then I can start getting the species emerald. And then what I'll do is maybe get a couple more industrial apiaries running with emerald bees so that we get them even faster. So right now we're getting pretty good amount of emerald fragments, but not a huge amount. But let this run for a little bit of time and you will get a ton of emeralds, which should be cool. And with that, guys, I think we're done with most of what we're going to have to see with bees. There's a couple more machines from Gendustry. I don't know if we'll get into them or not. I know, a good number of people don't really want to see too much with bees, so I'm going to try and avoid doing too much with them. But I will continue to use them, but most of what I do will be off camera at this point. Or if I change any functionality, like if I decide to go with something a little bit different or change the way some of the piping works. But if I decide to go with a Certus bee, or if I decide to also breed my way towards like a redstone bee or any other materials that we're a little bit low on, like glowstone even, I'll definitely make sure to do most of that work off camera, and then basically just come back and be like, hey look, I have a glowstone bee now. I'm going to put them in and we're done. So that is what we're going to look at for the bee stuff. So I can put all this good stuff away for now, and let's see what we can do now that we have a few emeralds coming in. Alright guys, a few minutes has passed here. I've gone ahead and tossed a couple more emerald queens into these apiaries, so you can see a few generations have gone by. Not too long, but just a few. And we've also modified a few configurations down here. I've still got this terminal, but now I've got 2. One terminal dedicated to bees, and another terminal dedicated to bee products. Sweet. So just using the view cells, we've also got a bunch of emerald fragments. So I should have... Nice. We've just got 13 emeralds in just a few minutes from our bees sitting there chugging along doing their work. I've also upgraded my Imperial Queen and thrown here out front because she's definitely useful and I want her to stick around. In the back here, we've got some bees that are pretty much done with what they've been doing. So that's, remember, the back row is where we'll be doing most of our breeding. And the middle and probably the front 2 rows, we'll start having more and more bees in here who are responsible for doing more things. But I'm excited because I've got emeralds now. So let's go get some Certus quartz, shall we? I'm going to go toss my emeralds in here. So if we take a look, we'll see that Certus quartz comes from the cyan laser drill focus. Cool. So we're going to want some cyan stained glass, and we're going to want some of this. So we're just going to need some ceramic dye, cyan ceramic dye that is. So we'll need 2 pieces of clay and 2 cyan ink. Cool, not bad. Let's do that. We'll get another one of these. So we'll try all that again. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. And we'll turn these into these guys. And now I can get some laser foci. Nice. Nice. 2, 3, 4. 4 of them so far, not bad. And that'll let me at least get this thing running. So what this will do is, it's not going to be fully upgraded yet, but what I will be able to do then is, one more level down, throw these guys in here, and let this laser drill run. And hopefully what we'll start getting is more and more Certus by way of things. So eventually I have to implement the level emitter down here. I've got the wires running down, so at least we've got the interface hookup and a bunch of stuff in here. But hopefully we should start seeing, what did I get, anything good? There it goes. Something cyan related, I'm sure. Looks like malachite. Cool. I wonder if I can see... So that gives me malachite and Certus. That's the two things you get from cyan ore. Nice. I think the other one we wanted was yellow. So let's do this. Let's do focus. Yellow is the one that we wanted to get. That'll give us access to glowstone and yellowite. Two things that we'll definitely want a decent amount of. And sulfur. You can never have too much sulfur. So yellow is definitely one we're going to want to get our hands on. And then I forget what else I said I wanted. Light blue wouldn't be bad. There's a bunch of them. Oh, white. That's right. Nether quartz ore. We'll get from white. So you notice you get like a good boost from it. So you definitely have, the more laser foci you have in there, the better. We'll have 6 total eventually. Once I get a bit more emeralds from our bees, we should really start be able to cruise along here and get them. So for now, I think I will wrap up the episode. So we've got emeralds coming in. I will eventually make some bees for some other resources that we're low on. I might even start going towards the Certus bee, because Certus bees make Certus combs. They're quantum. 15% specialty, or spatial is a 5% specialty. Interesting. So I'll probably want to go with the quantum ones eventually. That comb is nice because it gets you both nether quartz and Certus quartz dust. So 25% chance there, 20% chance there. Not too shabby. I might go down that route eventually. I don't know what's involved in getting them. I'm sure it's a long process of many things. Yeah, I don't even know. There's a lot of bees you need to get. I probably may or may not do that, to be honest with you. And if I do, it will definitely be off camera. So at this point, I think what we'll do, wrap up the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will come back next episode to have a little bit of fun working on something new. All right, guys, take it easy.